Yo, so this is Kieran for GOST, which is getting our shit together. I'm delighted to be joined by Dale from Modern Valor Dating. We spoke before about a month ago. Dale, good to see you again.
Yes, I'm excited. I'm ready to go, man. I know you hit record. I'm ready to do it. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Let's go. So last time, if some of the people checked that out, we were talking about different dating topics, but also like you're not a guy in his early 20s. You've been around the block a little bit. You've done some cool things, businesses, finance. We got into a lot of different things about that sort of ethos of just go. If you don't know exactly what to do with your purpose in life, go, and reality will inform you, and your passions will start to ignite. And you'll hopefully from there, that's a good place to understand where you should be going in life and what it is that you're on this planet to do.
Yeah, man. And it was a great conversation. I appreciate you having me on, especially short notice, man, because we just talked like yesterday. So, you know what I mean? I was like, yo, man, maybe, I don't know, Friday or Saturday or something. You're like, how about tomorrow? And I'm like,
all right. Yeah, let's get it in. We had a little window. Let's do it. Let's do it. But you're here today to talk about, Dale, this new free product that you're putting out. And you were telling me about it, and I was just like, this is fucking dope. As I'm British, so I can't really say dope like that, but I wish I could. But this program is dope, and it's free. And you were telling me a little bit about it. It's sort of going to be all encompassing. Why don't you just lay into what this is about?
Okay. I'll put it to you like this, man. Firstly, it's called Modern Valor Dating Crash Course. Why is it a crash course? Because what we deal with in this particular program is a lot of the fundamentals. You know what I mean? Like when we're talking about your dating life and going out and trying to meet women and that kind of thing, man, I think a lot of guys either A, don't know the fundamentals, or B, they forget the fundamentals, right? And just like we were talking about last time, man, about, just take action. What a lot of guys tend to do is, they get the information, right? Like, look, nothing's new under the sun, like if you want to find out about anything, man, like YouTube, all you got to do is, go on YouTube or Google it or whatever, and you're going to find out about it. If you want to know about Bitcoin, there's a billion things you could find out about it. If you want to find out about how to overcome a shit test, there's a billion videos, for that, so there's nothing new. But the problem is that I see a lot of times, man, is people don't actually take the action. They have paralysis by analysis. So they just sit up and learn as much theory as they possibly can to prepare themselves to going out and approaching, and they never actually do, because now they've got all this knowledge and they're like, okay, so wait, should I do this or should I say this? Should I, how should my body language be? How should should I walk directly up at her, or should I kind of do like a little shepherd's hook type of deal, And so there's like all these conflicting, well, this one guy said you should go do it this way, and this other guy said you should do it this way. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to put together a program that was 100% free, all right, that basically has all that information compiled into one place that gives you actionable advice, not just something like, like this theory sounds good, let me just say it. It's stuff that myself, Troy Valor, who I did the program with, it's stuff that we have gone out and done. Like, one of the ways that I like to put it is, man, we're not theorists, we're practitioners. What theories are only theories until you go out and make them evidence, right? A theory is just like, well, it could be this, sounds about right. But until you actually test it, it's still just a theory.
Yeah.
So I wanted that program to be out there in order for guys to be able to, look, if you don't have the money to go and hire an expensive coach or something like that, or buy a program or something of that nature, look, it's free, man. All you got to do is just go to it, transformyourdatinglife.com. That's all you have to do. And it's sitting right there for you. you know?
It's a beautiful concept, man. So again, it's transformyourdatinglife.com, and the product is called Modern Valor Dating Crash Course, and it's 100% free. I mean, obviously you've got other products that are paid for, you've got to keep the lights on, all of that good stuff. But like, yeah, just like jumping into some of the things that you said there, like 100%, there's something that is very clear about yours and Dale, who's your sort of understudy or your employee, if you like. It's you two guys do Modern Valor Dating together, don't you? And you and him are out there banging the guns, doing this, you know, like in the club, like it's like you say, you're not theorists, you're practitioners. That's important because you can't, like, because this stuff gets a little bit rusty. I mean, you know, like at one point it was about always getting the number. Now maybe a little bit more get the IG, whatever it is. So things change a little bit, and you've got to be up to date with it. Go ahead.
What I was, not to cut you off, man.
No.
All I was going to say is, you know, a lot of the world is opening up again, right? Yeah. We're kind of getting to where it's going to be post-COVID here before too long. And so a lot of guys, even though I don't recommend that they have done this, but nonetheless, it is the case. A lot of guys was just like, well, I'm not going to approach with a mask on, and I'm not going to be out in public, and I'm not going to, you know. And so it's like anything else, man. It's like, look, if you go to the gym, say I'm a workout, you know, avid gym goer, and I stop for a year, do you think I'm just going to hop right back in and be like, here I go, I'm putting up 200 just like where I left off? No, of course not. You know, you're going to be all sore. You're not going to be able to lift as much as you could. Now, you'll work your way back to that, but you have to work your way back to it. Yeah. Right? So that's the thing, man. But yeah.
No, 100%. And it's like, because, and that's legitimate concerns. I mean, especially somewhere like London, UK, we were the lockdown of the lockdown. So it was like really everyone's a little bit paranoid, and it's understandable. And maybe you want to push through that. Maybe some guys are still going out, but others weren't, and that's fine as well. But now, I mean, and just to be clear, like you're talking about a program which is, so anyone's outside the industry, you haven't maybe not bought products, dating products before. What this is guided step-by-step videos. It's like, okay, you come in at this level, which is beginner, or this level intermediate, and they're guiding you right the way throughout the process. And the thing is, like you said before, it's like there is a universe of content out there. Anything you want is out there, right? So one of the big main roles for guys like you and I is to be the aggregator. Get that important information and stick it in one spot so that the user doesn't have to go to XYZ 100 different places to try and find out what they need to find out. They can come to you and I, and it's just like, here's the info, here you're laying out. And the other thing is, you're giving this program away for free, and it's got the same value as other programs that our industry put out. And they start at 300, often 300 or 600 pounds for this sort of video series, but they can be up to £2,000, $2,000. So this is a real, people need to understand what you're giving away here. This is not small potatoes.
No, it took us roughly 2.5 months. And well, probably when you consider the planning phase, probably like 3.5 months, you know, when you consider everything that it entails, you know, shooting all the videos, editing those videos, having the copy to go with those videos, shooting a boot camp. That's that's bonus footage that's on there. We shot a boot camp from beginning to end. And that student, the guy that came for that boot camp that we filmed, that dude's crushing it. Like, he went out that weekend. We went out 4 days, and it was over St. Patrick's Day. And St. Patrick's Day, I was like on a Wednesday. So we went out Wednesday, we took Thursday off, and then we went out Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And we went to every time that we went out, we went to a different type of place. So St. Patrick's Day, we go out to do street game because, you know, it's St. Patrick's Day. And I think you guys kind of get down like we do, right, for St. Patrick's Day?
Yeah, ish. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, we do,
Yeah, so like, you know, Detroit, one of the areas of Detroit, bunch of people out and stuff. So we're doing day game in the street, people out partying, blah, blah, blah. Then Friday we go to a club. Saturday, we go to a different club. Sunday, we go to the mall in the day, you know? And so we were going to different types of environments. And every day that we went out, the dude was either number closing, social media closing, setting up stuff for, setting up dates for a previous, or not previous, but a future time. And, so like that was the thing, man. It was showing how we work with somebody individually.
Yeah.
Right. Because a lot of times, man, and I'm guilty of this too. I put out a lot of content on our YouTube channel, right? But I have to speak, when I'm talking to the camera, I got to speak in generalities because I'm not talking to one individual. I'm talking to the breadth of whoever is watching that video. So I can't speak to your individual sticking point or your individual hurdle you're trying to get over. So this shows how we, how we diagnose sticking points and how we help the individual get over their own sticking point. For instance, I would never, ever, ever make a video about how you should stand closer to women, because it's like, okay, that would be like a 1-minute video. Stand closer to women. All right, the end. Right? So, but that was.
And also, you lose some nuance there. You got to be careful because you always got to worry about nuance. You always got to worry about consent and all of that. And we fully respect and we're on board with all of that. Right. But sometimes it's like, you're right. If you want a quick, snappy 30-second video, by the time you got done saying about the consent, it's difficult to get the value across as well to the user who wants to take on that information.
Exactly. Context is important. So the thing is, that was one of this guy's biggest sticking points. It would be like, okay, so where your distance from me, from computer screen to where I'm at, is about where he should be standing when he's talking.
Yeah.
He's like, you know what I mean? He's like 10 feet away. And it's like, dude, you got to close that gap, man. You're way too far away. Yeah. And so, that was.
But it's a specific instance. And I try and say that as well, because it's like you say, you're putting out generalities. It's like, how can I help the most amount of people? But if you take a program, if you take some sort of if you're buying a product or you're taking this program, you're in touch with an instructor who's going to say to you, remember, they know an instructor knows this inside out. They know what it is. It's like going to anyone, like going to a guitar teacher. He knows you're out of chord, the second you're out of chord. So it's it's that level of sort of individual attention. But unless I'm getting this wrong, but that's like your sort of boot camp programs, right? I mean, if people get this free program, they're not going to get access to speak with you directly, are they? Or
no, they're actually, yes. So I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. So what we do is we have a form on there. And so once you finish the program, if you want the bonus footage or you go to the bonus footage and all that stuff, what the next thing up is you can schedule a time to talk to me, Wow. So all you got to do is just do it. You know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying. It's about taking the action. Okay, you watch the program. Are you just going to sit on that information and just, well, it's great, I know this information, but if you never apply it, then what difference does it make?
Yes. Yeah.
So so absolutely. We can book a call. We can sit down and talk, figure out what's going on with you specifically, what the sticking points that you're dealing with, and decipher it, diagnose it, figure it out, and move on.
That's crazy, man. Because I mean, look, I obviously we get along great, but I've not thumbed through your financial reports. But I imagine you guys are running a 6-figure business over there, and people have got access to you, your time, like that, your bespoke answer to their questions. That's big, man. That's a big deal.
And dude, and I'll tell you, man, right now, we released the program yesterday. All right. Wow. And already the reaction that I've gotten so far, we haven't even started with all the social media pushes yet. This is the second podcast that I've done for this program. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's obviously not out. We're not live. It's not out yet. I have one podcast that's out already. And then I started running social media ads yesterday on Facebook and Instagram, and then we're going to be running more on other platforms and things like that. So we haven't even like made the rounds. We don't have all the advertising out yet. It's just been me throwing it out organically, and the reaction's been nuts, man.
Wow.
So many people are opting into this program, and it's exciting to see because, dude, look, man, you know, when I work with somebody individually, it's work, man. It's not, I mean, it's fun. Don't get me wrong. It's a fun job, but it's still a job. You know, it's something to take seriously. And to help that person level up, to help that person succeed, you know, and that's why in this program, there's 5 main things that we cover, plus the boot camp. All right. The 5 things that we cover are inner game. We go really deep. And by the way, each of these, we have 6 different videos on different parts of it. So we're going down incrementally. So like, for example, inner game, you know, we did a video on confidence. We did a video on self-esteem, you know, and so on and so forth. We got one on inner game. We got one on approach anxiety. We got another chapter is on opening. Another chapter is on building comfort and rapport. And then another chapter on closing. You know, so, and like I said, we got 6 videos, I believe, for each one of those things.
Wow.
So we're going really, really deep on it. You know what I'm saying?
It's like the all-encompassing product, really. I mean, it's because you're, like you say, it's top to bottom. You're working out people's mental side of it, like, because I mean, dude, that's half the battle, isn't it? If not more. Like, it's just like, okay, sort that stuff out in your head, putting your thoughts to one side and all of that, just to optimize your mindset so that you're ready to just jump out and do this. And then once that's ready, you're getting into technicalities and whatnot from there. So
yeah,
it's exciting. I'm going to create a fucking alternative account and sign up myself.
Well, dude, after we get off of here, we could talk. I'll tell you. I'll give you the breakdown. You know what I mean?
No, mate, it sounds good. It sounds good. It sounds good. I'll be. You know what? I'll be really excited to do is speak to you in like 6 months and be like, did that gambit pay off? Because it sounds like it is, and I'm really excited to hear about that. The uptick in people signing up for it so far. So that's awesome, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I have such high hopes for this thing, and then, you know, we're getting booked on, you know, different like radio shows, and I've got a PR agent, right? And so actually not far from you. She's in Wales, and so and so she's getting me on different stuff in the UK and in the States, you know, radio shows, podcasts, things like that. But I wanted to, on the onset, before the press release comes out this week, I wanted to get with all the people that I have a solid relationship with, that I've already been on and things like that, just to, you know, knock those out.
The sound is going a little bit back and forth. Sorry, Dale. The sound is just coming in and out slightly there. But I think you were saying you're chatting to guys like me who you've spoken to in the past, you've got a nice relationship with, and you're just doing a little bit of organically like that, and then you're going to move into press releasing. Let me ask you a little bit about that, man, because that's interesting. Because I've been following this industry for maybe 20 years, something like that, 15 years, and the not exclusively but almost exclusively the press around this industry has been bad, and like and with good reason in many cases, right? Because the guys teaching it have had bad practices, or they came across badly, the way they marketed themselves. So how are you expecting that to go? Well, and especially in the UK, our press, especially our tabloid press, can be fucking brutal. And just so how you feeling about it?
Here's what I could tell you, man. You know, a couple of things. So, you know, and we've had this discussion many, believe you me, man, we have had this discussion a million times, you know, me and people on my team. Yeah. And so here's the deal, dude. Couple of things. And maybe you've had this happen. I know I have, where you're talking to a girl, All right. Like sometimes we do like woman on the street type of interviews, for our YouTube videos and things like that on the topic, whatever topic we're talking about in the video. And if I'm talking to and I've had this happen so many times, where if I'm talking to this girl and I'm not putting labels on, I guess what would be like pickup vernacular, right? So if I'm saying, how would you feel if a guy walked up to you and started a conversation and he was very playful, had good energy, and but at the same time not being forceful, but being assertive, and is that something that you would be into?
Yeah, presenting you with an option, like it's it's your choice. Yeah, it sounds very sort of attractive, doesn't it? Yeah.
And then the girl, 9 times out of 10, the girl's like, yes, absolutely. Like that would be awesome, because guys never do that. But if I was like, okay, so if a guy walked up to you and gave you a canned opener, said a canned opener to you, and then knew exactly where to take the conversation so it was that you'll go out with him, would you find that attractive? And she would say no. But all I'm doing is putting labels on the exact same thing that I said in the previous example, right? It's the same thing. It's just because the verbiage is different, that's what matters for some reason. So when it comes to answer your question, when it comes to press and things of that sort, I believe it's going to be about how we deliver the information, picking and choosing how we phrase things, how we say things, and things of that sort. Second to that, kind of what we're after to a large degree are guys that aren't already indoctrinated into the community.
Yeah.
You've got all these coaches here, there, and everywhere. If you're on Instagram, there is like every other guy. It's like, this guy's a dating coach too.
Yeah, like, if I throw my pen behind me right now, I think I'm going to hit another one, man. They're everywhere. They're everywhere, bro.
Right. So
there's one under the bed right now. But yeah.
So here's the deal. Instead of being one of the other coaches that are all competing for the same 100,000 guys worldwide, I don't know how many people are knowledgeable about.
That's probably about right. Yeah, that's probably about right. The active market is maybe about that size. Yeah.
Yeah, right. Exactly. So instead of being just another coach competing for that same 100,000 guys, how about get it out to the general populace and let them decide for themselves? Is this something that I could see helping me in my dating life? Guys who haven't already seen thousands of hours of YouTube videos and came to a conclusion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
cool. Well, look, there's some percentage of like 16-year-olds, say, or 16 to 18-year-olds who are coming online that year. Obviously, they've been online before that, but I mean, their hormones are coming in and they're thinking, okay, well, let's have a look at if there's any literature out there about dating. So you've got those, obviously. But yeah, I agree with you, man. That's obviously the gem that we're all after. Like, how do we break out? How do we try and get normal people a little bit more invested into this as well, which is the perennial question. But it's interesting that you said that about like how your plan of strategy for the press, right? And I've spoken to someone about a potential press release and that sort of thing, and that's very at beginning stages, so that may not happen or whatever. But it's interesting about strategy, because I'd be tempted to be like this is like to the press now, just be like, I know you're gonna try and twist me however you can. I know you want a nice, juicy, negative story about the scary, spooky pickup guy. And maybe I'll just give it to you and say, fuck you at the same time, and let you hit me with that barrage of bad press. And I don't give a shit. And then next time, tomorrow, 10,000 people Google search GOST.
Well, that's exactly that almost what you said word for word is what I was going to say next. See, here's the deal. I come out, let's look at somebody like Jordan Peterson, for example. Right now, somebody does a hit piece on Jordan Peterson. the people that resonate with that hit piece are like, oh, he's a scumbag. That guy, he's whatever you want to call it, whatever derogatory term that you have for him.
Yeah.
Those people were never going to follow him anyway.
Yeah.
So what difference does it make? So that's the way that I feel about it is like, look, you do a hit piece on me, I can take it. I'll be all right. It's not going to hurt my feelings. All right. You do a hit piece on me, I'll be fine. All you're doing is, one, you're getting my name out there to people who didn't already hear about modern valor dating. All right. And then people may look into it and see like, well, this isn't exactly how that article came across. And B, it will galvanize the people that are already behind us as to say, okay, Dale gave it to him. You know what I mean? Like, much like with Jordan Peterson and Kathy Newman, that whole deal. You know, people, it galvanized people. People are like,
I mean, look, I'm like you. I'm a fan of Jordan Peterson, and like it feels like that. When you see him, like he's arguing with someone who's ideologically different to him when he's talking to that Kathy Newman, or a lot of the. I mean, she's one of very many who have like a modern, slightly sort of feminist take on things, and it's like it feels good when we're like, and sometimes like, it's not feminism isn't all wrong, all of that disclaimer stuff. But when it's someone who's outwardly and obviously trying to do a hit piece takedown like that Kathy Newman was, and you see Jordan Peterson just smash her with like logic and articulation, and you're just, you're right, it galvanizes. I'm like, yeah, I feel pumped after that. I'm like, yeah, our side's winning. Fucking let's go. Like that's what it feels like to me.
Yeah, and that's exactly it. So I don't see any losing. So that's my take on it. If someone wants to, someone wants to try to hold my feet to the fire, if somebody wants to try to come after me or whatever, I can take it. I'll be okay.
Well, that's the thing about dating, man. I mean, me and you, how many thousands of times have we got up and got told to fuck off? So, my nose is too big or my eyes are too big. It's true, man. It's training for thick skin. Like, what can someone say to you now? You've heard it all before.
Yeah. I've never thought of it like that, but that you're 100% right, man. I'm stealing that. I owe you $1 because I'm gonna start saying.
I listen out for like the subtle ones now, right? I had my shirt off in a picture, and my girl's mate just messaged her and just goes, "It was like it was sunny, it was hot, right? But I was on video and I had my t-shirt off, and if I was in great shape, her friend wouldn't have asked the question, but the friend just goes, "Why has he got his shirt off?" And like the answer is because it's hot. But what she's really getting at is like, he's got fucking man boobs. Why has he got a shirt on? I don't give a fuck. I'll show you right now. But there you go. But no, that's good. That's
just without our shirts on doing this.
Yeah. This is leading into the stripping that we're going to do. No, but that's all right, man. Well, look. I think we sort of started talking about hyping your product, and it deserves to be hyped because, like you said, maybe I'm not sure you said it on camera, but I don't think this has ever been done before. I don't think something of this value that's taken this amount of time, effort, something that the end user is going to be able to consume, and it's like this is a hold your hand, step by step. It's got everything in there, your mental side, what to actually do, what to say, how to stand, how to think. This is everything. You're not building robots out here, but you're showing guys like, this is the school to get good at dating. Like if you wanted to get good at boxing, like go to Crunk Gym and they're going to sort you out. If you want to do this is going to sort you right out, and it's for fucking free. So what's your excuse, man? You got to do it.
How do you know about Kronk?
Because it's it's where, what's his name? Tyson Fury. He learned that to beat Deontay Wilder, didn't he?
Because Kronk is here in Detroit.
He's in Detroit? I didn't know he's in Detroit. But that's interesting. Yeah.
All right, I was just curious.
Well, whenever I speak to other dating coaches, and if we get on, that the amount that we get on is just unreal because it's like, oh yeah, like we're all Jordan Peterson into all this different stuff. So it's good, man. It's good. But listen, unless do you want to take us out here then, Dale? Is there anything you want to close with on that?
Yeah, man. So listen, guys, anybody watching this, that if you feel like that your dating life is suffering in any capacity, and I mean, like maybe you are going out with some girls, but you want to go out with girls that are a priority to you, or you're not going out with anybody at all, or you don't even know where to start. This is where, man, you know, this is where you can, and look, even if you even just level up a little bit, it's free. It didn't cost you anything, man. You don't even have to download it. It's not even taking up space on your computer. All you got to do is go to modernvalordating.com. All you got to do is go to transformyourdatinglife.com and start taking the actionable advice. Start going out there. Start trying. Start small. Make small incremental clicks, man. That's all you got to do. Don't compare yourself to somebody else's success. Compare your today to your yesterday. Get a little bit better at a time, and use those benchmarks as, you know what? I couldn't. How can I say it? I can't go out and just walk up to a girl and talk to her, but now I can. Now, or maybe you're not getting her as a girlfriend, but before you couldn't even talk to her.
Yeah.
How further are you ahead?
It's a step up. And like, look, you keep on that journey, like a year down the line, you're going to be completely unrecognizable. Exactly. Your situation's going to be unrecognizable. And I just want to say something as well, for guys, like, look, we're in post Me Too. Maybe that needed to happen. There was fucking monsters out there in Hollywood taking the piss, doing whatever they were doing. But all of us are kind of, and now with the lockdowns, that's going to end now, Lockdowns are going to end. And I predict a summer of love. And you've just got to look, if you're like a guy who's like, maybe you've not been getting the dates, not been getting the girlfriend, whatever it is, you've got to look at it like, I'm getting myself into the next generation. My kids are fucking making out. Because you know what? The arsehole drug dealer on the corner, he's got baby moments, like he's doing it. So in fact, it's like, it's not only should you do this, it's not like, oh, should I do this? Is it okay? Like harassment, blah, blah, blah. You've got a fucking moral duty to do it. If you're the sort of guy who deliberates about this, like, then you're absolutely the person we need fucking reproducing and having kids and getting out there and having a cool life.
Well said. Well said. Yep, absolutely. Well, listen, man, I appreciate, again, you having me on. Super dope. Had a great time, dude. So, I wish you well, and Ghost, and, I know you're out here killing it. And so, yeah, man, like I'm looking forward to so many bigger and better things. Like I'm excited, man. I'm so excited,
Yeah.
So.
Same here, man. Same here. And listen, I'll love you, leave you. And one more time, it's transformyourdatinglife.com. Go there, pick it up. It's free. What excuse do you have, man? Troy and Dale, they're going to teach you this shit. You're going to get it. Boom. Let's do it.